Hey, ladies and gentlemen. So, what I'm actually trying to do is see how quickly I can create a video to give you at least those of you who having a hard time getting started on this bike stem, at least give you a way to, to get started. I know you guys are just so used to looking at videos, and this particular activity was to try and get you started on not having to use the video as a crutch, but it doesn't seem to be working that well. So we're going to get started. So instead of moving to anything else, I'm going to, let's see what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to get started again. So to start this drawing, you can see I previous completed, but I'm going to start right here. I'm going to hit the plus sign and I'm going to hit create part studio, and we're going to start a brand new studio. Let me see if I can move this back to the corner a little bit there. Okay, so guys, this starts out, I'm in part studio 4 for me. That's only for me. This starts out on the front. I suggested you start it on the front plane. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to start this out with a sketch. We're gonna front plane. I'm gonna select front plane. I'm gonna hit the N key to normal. First thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create a construction line in this along this center. So I'm gonna go from here to uh, to there, construction line. Okay. So I just want to do that for my own purpose right now. So I'm gonna click that off. And I told you guys, remember, 2 circles. We're going to start this with 2 circles. One there, and I'm going to create another one here. Now, keep in mind, guys, as we move along, you should be also clear that you're looking at the drawings as you go along. All the information that I'm adding in here, I'm taking that information from these drawings right here. All the dimensions will be taken from this drawing. Okay, so I'm starting with this sketch right here, the front sketch. Okay, so I'm going to go back part studio 4 and keep moving. So the first thing I wanted to do is get my dimension tool, and I know there's a 10 millimeter dimension between these 2 circles, and I want to get that in as quickly as possible. So 10, enter. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up so we can see it. Gonna push that in a little bit. I try to make this video as quickly as possible, but it's not always as quick as I want. So be prepared to sit and watch the video to get started. Okay, I'm just gonna pull that construction line all the way out. Okay, I'm gonna get my line tool and I'm just gonna get started. I'm just gonna click a line here. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it up here a little bit. Click one time there. Try to keep your lines straight. Make sure they're not crooked. Don't let them, they snap right into place. So make sure your lines are in place. And I'm just gonna click a line there. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Try to start as even as possible. Doesn't really make a difference, but I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna reference that so that when I come down, I have my little line there, little construction line. Okay, so I'm just gonna somewhere right there. Gonna come here. Okay, that's already referenced. Gonna go here. I want this to snap right in place here. And all I'm doing, guys, is trying to draw as best I can the sketch shape that you saw in the drawings. That's all I'm doing right now. Okay, just doing the best I can do. When I get to that line, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go there. That's it. That's the best I can do. That's the best you can do right now. Okay, we're going to shape that up. No worries. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click off the line tool. I'm going to get my dimension tool. And I'm going to start with a dimension. I'm going to dimension this right here. That's going to be 10. Okay, 10, enter. And I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to select that line, that line. I'm going to make those equal. Okay, add an equal constraint. So I've got those two. Um, so uh, while I'm at it, I might as well, let's see if I can put in a symmetric constraint here. Not sure if that'll work just yet, but it may. Okay, so I got a symmetric constraint. Get my dimension tool again. I'm going to go from that line to that line, and that's going to be 30, I think. Enter. Okay. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to look in here and I'm going to get my tangent tool. Okay. And I want to select this line and that line, make that tangent. I'm going to still, even though these lines move the same, I still want to make that tangent anyway, just to make sure. Okay. So now those lines are tangent. Okay. Now here, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut that, deactivate that tangent tool. I'm going to go for my own purpose. This is the way I like to do it. I'm going to create another construction line, and I'm going to create that construction line just coming this way this time and this way. Okay, cut it off right there. So what I'm actually going to do is, while I'm at it, I'm going to create another construction line. Okay, and I'm just going to pull that one right here. Snap it. Make sure it's straight when you snap it in place. Okay, and I'm going to snap that in place right there. Snap it twice just to make sure. Okay, so this is what I've got so far, guys. See how that looks somewhat like the sketch. Nothing's fully defined yet. Okay, but anyway, we're started. We know what we are, where we're headed at least. So I'm going to deactivate the construction tool. I'm going to go back. I'm going to get my dimension tool once again. I know from here to this line, to this construction line, is 5 millimeters. So I'm going to put my little 5 millimeter in there. Okay, 5 millimeter, enter. Okay. I also know that from this line to this line is 60. Okay, so I'm going to put 60 in there, enter. Okay. What else? What else? So for some reason, not totally sure why, but anyway, let's keep moving. So I'm going to, I know that these two diagonal lines have an angle of 50 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to angle those off. So far, so good. What else do I want to do? Overall, the overall dimension, the total length of this from there to there, and I'm just going to pull that here, is going to be 108.9. Okay, enter. Okay, so far doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. Oh, remember, guys, this circle here, this inner circle, I forgot to do that, has a dimension of 30.90. Enter. Okay, so now you see everything is beginning to shape up and turn black. Okay, for some reason there is, and I'm going to do this first. I'm going to fill it, just this one thing right here at the moment. So I'm going to hit my in sketch fillet, right? I'm going to click on that. Okay, I'm going to go right to this point and I'm going to click that point. Okay, and then I'm going to click this point right here. Okay, and then I'm going to, where it says R5, I'm going to double click on that, and that's a radius of 20. Okay, enter. So I've got that radius squared away. Okay, I'm going to cut that off for a minute. Okay, I'm just looking just to make sure my dimensions are shaping up here. So far, everything looks pretty good. No complaints at this point. Um, I'm gonna do just quickly, I'm gonna in-house fillet these corners right here. Just gonna click on that. You see that's red. That's because I haven't put the radius in yet. And I'm gonna click this corner. Okay, so let me make it smaller. And you can see where the radius is, says 20. And I wanna double click on that. That radius should only be 2. That's why you see in red. Okay, and I'm gonna hit enter. And there we go, guys. We got our 2 millimeter radius on there. And one other thing I want to do is I'm going to deactivate the radius, the fillet, and I'm going to get my trimmer, and I want to trim this inner circle. I want to trim that. I don't need that right there. Okay, so I've got that. And for some reason in this drawing, I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have to figure that out for you guys later. I think everything here is, I think these are accurate. Let me make sure. Let me just select this, select that for a minute. Let me check out, is vertical, is that okay? Yeah, that's vertical. Okay, great. Now I want to get my line tool. For some reason, there's a line here to here, and I think another line from here, from that point to that point. Okay, so for the most part, guys, here's the first sketch. It's done just that quickly. Okay, you saw how I did that very quickly, not that long. So I want to move on because I want to create the second sketch. I'm showing you a different way to do this. Some students, I actually told them to create the sketch in a different manner, but I'm going to change up on that with this video. So I'm going to deactivate this line tool. I think I have everything as I would want it right now. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click the sketch check here. So that's sketch one. Everything I need for sketch one is okay. I want to create another sketch. Okay, I'm going to create another sketch before I extrude anything. I'm going to create another sketch. So I'm going to go here, and this sketch I'm going to create on the top plane. I'm going to say top plane sketch. Okay, remember this is the origin right there. I'm going to hit the N key so that this is my top plane sketch. Okay, just to show you again, you can see sketch one in here, but you don't have to leave that there. If I'm just showing it to you. I'm going to hit the N key again so we can get started again. And this is my I'm going to, for my purposes, looking at the origin here, sorry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another construction line. Okay, actually I'll create a couple of construction lines. So sorry, didn't mean to do that. Construction line, that, and here. I'm going to create a construction line, and I'm going to do this from there to there. Okay, click that off. And well, we already have this here. I think I can use that. Okay, so I'm going to create another construction line from here. Okay, and I'm going to create that right here, and I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to deactivate this tool. I'm going to get my dimension tool, and I'm going to dimension from these two construction lines, and that's going to be a distance of 60 millimeters. Okay, enter. That'll push that there. And what I want to do is where these two lines intersect, I want to get a circle tool. Okay, and I'm going to start my circle right here where those two lines intersect, and I'm just going to pull one circle out. I'm going to do the same thing I did the last time, and I'm going to pull another circle out there. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to stop that right there. Now, if you look at the drawings for this one, if I were to open that up, you would see what we're working on now is the top. And you'll see that between the two circles is 8 millimeters, not 10 for this one, 8 millimeters, okay? So I'm gonna shoot right back to it. First thing I wanna do, get my dimension tool, and I'm gonna actually create a 8 millimeter distance, okay? 8, enter. Okay, so I got my distance there. I'm good with that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to deactivate the dimension tool, and I'm going to begin drawing my lines again. Okay, so I'm going to start here, going to kind of draw a line this way first. Okay, and then I'm going to draw another line, like snap it in place, and doesn't have to be that far. Gonna snap it like right there. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this end. I like to reference my points sometime, so I'm gonna reference it right there. Gonna kind of pull it away. I'm gonna reference this point so I can draw straight line down. Make it, try to get it as symmetric as possible. Doesn't really matter just yet. I'm gonna reference that line so I can get a straight construction line straight down. Make sure your lines are straight, guys. I'm going to click there, then I'm going to close it off right there. Okay, so I have a crude looking sketch very similar to this here. Okay, so what I want to do first of all is I have this dimension, have that dimension. Let me make sure I kind of have an understanding where I am. Okay, so what I want to do first is I'm going to go back here, drop down. I'm going to get my tangent tool, right? And I'm going to make this line tangent with that circle. See how they did that again? But I still create a tangent symbol for it anyway, just to make sure on both sides, both lines should be tangent. Okay, so we got that looking pretty good there. Let me make sure I'm okay. So I'm gonna deactivate the tangent tool, and I want to give this circle a dimension, this inner circle. Remember we said the inner circle, guys, was 30.90, 30.90. Okay, enter. Okay, so we have something that looks like this at the moment. Okay, what I like to do is continue to dimension this. I'm going to go from this line to this line. The width of this thing is 60. Okay, so I'm going to put 60 millimeters there. Enter. Okay, it's beginning to shape up, guys. Beginning to look like I would want it to. Okay, that's great. Remember the overall distance. I hope you remember that. The overall distance is from this point to the end of that circle is, what did I say, guys? 108.9, 108.9. Okay, enter. Okay, and last but not least, what I want to do here is I want to select these diagonal lines, because remember, there's a 20 degree angle right there, dimension. Okay, so that should be 20. Enter. Okay, so looking good so far, looking good. Anything else I need to do here? Looks pretty good to me. If something's not right, I'll come back later. This is my second sketch, guys. This is on the top plane right there. See, it says top plane. I'm going to get my trim tool, okay? And I'm going to trim this right here, okay? But I want to open it up because I want to make sure I didn't leave anything. I want to trim that little edge there too. So don't forget that, guys. Open that up. It's on both sides. So I want to trim that off the edge right there. Okay, so there we are. So this is sketch 2. It looks pretty good to me. I think there's one more thing I wanted to do, and I'm going to get my line tool, and I'm going to do this fairly quickly. I'm going to create a line from here to there, okay? And I'm going to cut it off right there. Escape. Let me hit the escape. Okay, still didn't escape. Wow. Looks like my escape tool doesn't want to work. Oh, I know what it is. I'm sorry. In recording, you can't actually, I think it's, well, I'm gonna put that back like that. Anyway, I'm gonna stay with the line tool while I'm recording. Some things don't, some features do not work while you're recording. So I'm gonna click that there. Okay. Make sure I click it twice so I don't have any overdrive. So what I'm actually going to do is I want to make this I'm gonna make this get my symmetric. I'm going to that want to make that symmetric. And then I'm going to get a dimension here, and I'm going to create a dimension of 3. Okay, 3 millimeters. Enter. Okay, and not necessary, but I'm going to just put, I really don't need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. 1.5 on that side. It's really not necessary. That's why the dimension is light gray, because it's really over dimensioning. But anyway, that's what I want right there for now. Okay, so here it is, guys. This is my second sketch. Okay, so I created 2 sketches, 2 separate sketches. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have that sketch. I have my first sketch. I'm gonna click that off right there. I'm gonna kind of try to put this, see if I can turn this a little bit into isometric so you can kind of see it in relation to, see sketch 1 and sketch 2 together there. Remember once before when we did the rim, we used a constraint called the Pierce constraint. Okay, we're going to use something very similar, but it's not the Pierce constraint. I'm going to show you how we can kind of use both of these sketches together. Okay, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to click on extrude. Okay, and for extrude, I want to extrude 1. I want to actually do that on extrude 1. I'm going to do that on the front face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide sketch 2 for now. Okay, and I'm just going to do extrude on sketch on, not the back side, I'm sorry, I want it on the front. So I'm going to do it on the front side. Make sure you're looking at it on the front. I just turn it a little bit so that I can see it isometrically a little. Okay, and what I want to do is, okay, new. I want to change that to 60 millimeters. Okay, I'm gonna 60 millimeters in there. I'm gonna make this symmetric. Okay, 60 millimeters, and I'm gonna make it symmetric. So guys, I'm gonna select this face, and I really wanted to go, well, it doesn't make a difference actually. So I'm just gonna select that face. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna select this part, so that'll measure up, and then I'm gonna select this part, and this is what you're looking at so far. Okay, see how great that is? There it is, guys. You see how long it takes you to get started, but once you get started, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long, guys. Okay, so that's sketch, that's extrude 1. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the green check. So this is what I have for extrude 1. Okay, so let me do extrude 2. Extrude 2. Extrude 2, I'm going to make sketch 2 visible again, guys. Now, I could have elevated the plane. I did not. So you can see for sketch 2, you can see it if I were to just look at it. Sketch 2 is in there. I can highlight it. See that right there? See how when I go up here, I can highlight sketch 2. So I'm just going to work with it from there. Not going to do a lot of other things to it. So for sketch 2, I want to do something a little different. Up here where it says new, I don't want new. I don't want add. I don't want remove. I want intersect. I want you guys to see how to use this feature right here, intersect. So I'm going to click the intersect. What I'm going to do with intersect is I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to actually, I'm going to create a through all. Okay. And then I'm going to come here where it says second in position. I'm going to click second in position. Okay. So that means this extrude is going to go both ways. It's going to go in both directions. Okay. And it's going to be through all in both directions. So what do I want to extrude? Guys, I want to extrude this face right here, the face of sketch 2. Okay. If I click on it, you'll see what's happening. Okay. So once I click on that, see what you get? This is what you get right there. Okay. So I actually did it this way. There's occasion where the plane could have been on top and we would just extrude all the way down, but I did it so that we could extrude it in both directions. Okay. So, hey guys, this is question 1, at least question 1. Now I did put the gap in here because I knew that was coming. Question 1 may have not wanted to put that gap in there, but that's okay. All I'm asking you guys, I'm going to click the green check. All I'm asking you guys to do is to follow this, okay? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the material is, but once you get to this point, right click on part 1, go up to assign material. I think, and I'm not sure, guys, check it out. I'm going to go here for material. I'm going to start typing in aluminum, okay? Aluminum 6, I think it's 6061. Again, I'm going to assign that material, okay? I'm going to come here. What I asked you guys to do, open up the mass values window, okay? And once you do that, let's see, what is it that I'm not seeing here? Open up the mass values window. I'm going to pull that there, and I want you to select part, okay? Part 1, okay? And then just pull that over. I want to be able to see, I want to see this drawing in, I want to see this drawing in the isometric view, okay? I think you guys should be able to use this video to get there now, okay? So if you still have problems, we're going to talk about it on Monday. Guys, I need everyone in class on Monday. We're going to have a few visitors, and I need everyone come prepared to work on this drawing. I want to get this drawing out the way so we can move completely into modeling section 3. So guys, I'm going to send out a email letting you guys know this video here is available, and I need you guys to go ahead, submit your screenshots, okay? And don't submit a screenshot unless I can see this in your folder, okay? Okay guys, good. Have a great one.